Okay. Friday, June 9th, 2017, 8:23 p.m. here in Chicago. Let's do this. Hey, Togestu. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? Let's kind of pick some music. What's a good video game soundtrack that's nice and relaxing? Oh, let's just do Stardew Valley. What can I say? I'm a boring guy. Yeah. So, some more game development. So I got dinner with a friend. Fellow game developer. Hey, Sean. What's up? What's up? What's my sleep schedule like? I usually go to sleep around 2 in the morning. I'll wake up around 10. More or less. I try to get 6 hours of sleep every day. I mean, 8 hours. Doesn't always happen, but yeah, it used to be really bad, but I think like 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting up a little earlier, but I tend to work quite late. Just kind of run with it. How about yourself? Huh. I don't... Yeah, for me, it's more about the number of hours I get. Yeah, I do like waking up early. Or I like it when I'm up early, and it always it does feel like I have a lot of time. But it just sort of takes me kind of a while to get into a good groove with working, and then it's like what'll happen is I'll usually just try to keep it going, you know? And like I'll be around 10 p.m. and I'm sort of like too hyped to go to sleep. So usually what I like to do then is just, you know, it's like, okay, you know what, let's just keep going. I really need to get better at that. I do, you know, one of the things I stopped, sometimes I still do it, but one of the things that was really bad was I would watch like a TV show on my iPad, and I'd watch a new one. Now I watch like an old one, you know, but I'd watch something like, you know, Spartacus, having never seen it before. And it's like, oh my god, before I know it, it's 6 in the morning and I finished the first season. Yeah, sleeping's good for you though. Sleeping's like the best thing your body does. And it's free. Alright, let's check in on our friends, the Cavaliers. How are they doing? Oh, okay. 30-19. Fighting on for dear life. Hey, no problem, man. There is no pressure to sub at all. There is no pressure. Yeah, for me, you know, not saying that the stream is important. It's just like not. It's, you know, it's more about sharing the development and not. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's great to have your support here. And I got this deserialization is such a pain. Your presence is support enough. So is this your which year of college is this? And I understand. I was in college, and you know, I was broke back then, and I'm still broke now. I understand because I'm broke too. Gotta get this game out. Heading into third year. Hey, well, that's around the time I started to learn to program, so it's a good time. You know, I realized that the problem with this guy is this path does not. It's kind of annoying because I can't, like, if I fall, there's no way to get back up again. Hey, Rory Bell. What's up? Hey, I. Oh. Hey, Alex Perth. It's on different levels. Yeah, it's intentional, you know. There's sort of like a similar function, and the idea is that you kind of keep seeing enough that over time you're like it's never explained to you what you need to do with it. So it sort of repeats in a number of different places. Where are you? I guess you must be in Europe. Yeah, because the game has no Yeah, because the game has no words, like the form and the architecture and the mechanics have to convey that. Sort of, except mine doesn't have that. The fract, that one actually took me a while to figure out. I like the fast travel system in Fract, but it was not without its problems. I think you know what it was? It was because you had to go through each one, right? Because it was like it didn't have a one-to-one connection between all of them. It was like if I recall correctly, it was like on a ring. So if you want to get to the other end, you still had to go through all of the others. But yeah, Fract was quite good. I need to replay it again because they definitely, that was also a very awardless experience, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Right, Manifold Garden kind of has a bespoke. There's a few different systems, but the world's also a lot bigger and a lot more confusing since the spaces are not connected in the same 3D space, right? So it's probably a little, if anything, it's probably a little overpowered in terms of what the how the fast travel system in Manifold Garden works, but it doesn't really open up until much later in the game, and I figured sort of by then, when you're working on that high level, I can let players skip. It'll be interesting to see. I'm really curious. It's been such a long time that I've had people playtest, and I've added so much content since the last playtest that I really don't have an idea of like how my design choices stand. Whether it's good or bad. Yeah, I think we talked about this, right? Like, the problem was, yeah, I'd love to get your feedback, because there's not, I think I felt Fract didn't quite find the audience it deserved. So there's not. So yeah, not enough people talk about it, is what I think. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of people that I know have played Fract, so it'd be really cool to get your opinion on it, and I think for me it was like, yeah, I liked it. I love the world building. I love the art direction. I love what they did with sound, obviously, what they were going for. It was a little tricky with the puzzles because they did not have a consistent mechanic. Every puzzle had a different mechanic, so you couldn't really build on that knowledge. And then also just the resetting puzzles was very tedious. Testing always needs fresh eyes. Yeah, all right, Sean. Well, thank you for stopping by. All the best with the summer job search. And man, to be a college student on summer break, it's awesome. Might not seem awesome, but It's sweet. The form of the puzzles is familiar, though. The first two introduces you to the mechanics. Right, but it was very much like, okay, this one you might be connecting pipes, and then, you know, the other one you were like moving boxes. You know, like, in terms of the game did not have a single mechanic that it built on in the way that like The Witness did or Portal did. It was more like Myst. Yeah, a small team, you know, sort of making their first game, and really, you can really see it's a passion project. Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't seen I definitely need to play Fract again, just so for the sound design, to study that. I actually have that's the problem I have. We keep like adding twists to the mechanic, but it is whew. Yeah, that's a good point. The really important thing was that the puzzles were themselves essentially de-abstracted extensions of the synthesizer controls. The dam and its floating rotating. Oh, really? Interesting. I think maybe. I wonder if though. You know, so I'm not a synth guy. So I wonder if that. You know, because I did not know that, I wonder if it made it harder for me to appreciate it on that level. Like maybe sort of, it's like I can see where, like, if you know the sure, yeah. Post the GIF, like if like you know about the synthesizer. Then when you see that stuff, you get it. But yeah, I wasn't able to like appreciate it on that level. I feel like that has a lot. So it's like perhaps, you know, it involves sort of a more niche level. Yeah, like I did not know that. But now that you shared it with me, it's like, oh, that's so cool. And like what they did with the what is this? Is that like what are you, is this Spider-Man? Spider-Man PS4. Huh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, I need to replay it again. Yeah, did you see, I think I did do I did like first person game study. I think I did do. Oh, huh, interesting. I did not do Fract. It looks like I did Cairo, Antechamber, Nason, say Talos Principle, The Witness. Okay, so, well, we need to do. We did not do Fract, so that's perfect. Bonsoir, Thread Wizard. Let's see how the our Cavaliers are doing. Oh wow, 54-37 in the second quarter. They are fighting on for dear life. Hanging on. Cavs in 7. Come on. All right, let's run this. Then when this is done, I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. And we'll be right back. So let's make sure this runs. I need to. This frame rate is. Okay, I need wider platforms. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's more just like it was just super annoying. Okay. Alright, that's set in place. Alright, we got 4 more we need to do. 4 more. It's really just that this level is not intended to handle that many connections. Alright guys, actually I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. What am I working on? The same thing we work on every night, Pinky. Try to finish Manifold Garden. This game is too damn big. I'm excited though. It's sort of so big that I think a lot of the solutions are gonna kind of surprise me, and I kind of want that. Like, I feel like a lot of puzzle games are so carefully designed that, like, it feels like it's not possible to break them in the end. Which I think is kind of a shame. Like, they're so controlled, and I think there should be more opportunities for you as a player to outsmart the game. Yeah, like, you can't really outsmart the Witness. You can try to outsmart Portal, but... Oh, Portal 2, but it's sort of, the game... Because Portal 2 does the loading screens, it refreshes a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think of a puzzle game where you can outsmart it. Antechamber a little bit. Yeah, that's outsmarting it within the mechanics. Outsmarting it within the mechanics. Like, you can do that stuff with the out of bounds stuff, but that's also that's like a very different thing. Like, there's definitely places in Portal where you're like, well, you can shoot behind a wall, and then the doors close. And you should be able to shoot another portal and then sneak behind the closed door. But they do wipe it. Which does sort of bum me out, and then you're like, oh right, I'm actually on a roller coaster, and it's, this is like a set ride. Yeah, so I want it where you can outsmart within the constraint of the mechanics. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of games that do that. There's a few, but because they have the refresh, they have the loading screen, it resets it in a lot of places. It's interesting how it almost feels like you can't really do... You know how Portal just does the straight up, you're walking, and then it's like loading new levels. Yeah, sequence breaking definitely counts as outsmarting. Right? Where as long as you're using the mechanics, but just doing it in the not intended way, sequence breaking definitely counts. And I'm sort of designing Manifold Garden to be in such a way where I cannot... Sequence breaking is almost encouraged. And in fact, it's very hard for me to police. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, if you can break the sequence early on, good for you. As long as you're doing it in a smart way and not a dumb way. By dumb way, where it's like, okay, you find out that you can jump, like if you jump against the wall, you move up a little bit, so you just keep jumping like that. Like that's not a fun sequence break. I think, I feel like, what's that game? Breath of the Wild, the new Zelda. Yeah, so in Fract, you have to do all the puzzles, right, to finish. It's like, as in the structure is like 4 areas. You can do any of the 4 areas, but inside each 4 area, you gotta go A, B, C, D. It's like there's area 1, there's area 2, area 3, area 4. But once you go into 1, you've got to do A, B, C, D, E. So Manifold Garden is not like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, if that's the way with Fract. Really? Because I thought they each had the gate. Oh, like in an area you could skip. Because I always thought you had to do the puzzles. You had to like inside each area the puzzle sequence was linear. But I guess not. So in Manifold Garden it doesn't really have that. There's the beginning is linear. Only because if you learn things. Yeah, the dam puzzles, I remember they were sequence gated, and there's some of that, but a lot of the, I'm sort of trying to, the beginning, so I'd say like the first hour of the game, fairly linear. You do have some choices in what you get to do in order, but it's linear because it has to be. Like, if the players learn things in a different way, then it kind of screws them up later. So, now, but the second half of the game, and it's really more than half, I just call it second half, that's very much like a sandbox open world area, and I think part of it comes from when I was playing Skyrim. Skyrim was the first Bethesda game I played, and kind of the first open world game of that type. Like I had played, I played like I played Assassin's Creed and GTA, but those all had like a city. Inside the city was open world. But you couldn't really go outside, and then I remember playing Skyrim, and it was like, holy cow, I can go to the mountain that I saw in the distance. That was like mind-blowing to me. So the first 50 hours of Skyrim were magical. But then after that, I sort of started to see how the kind of behind the scenes the game worked, and that's kind of when I lost interest, because it felt like the possibility space was endless. Like I was like, oh man, I can marry anyone, I can buy any house, I can settle down anywhere. Maybe I'll just like get married and become a blacksmith. And it's like, no, I'm the Dragonborn, I gotta do this. I thought I could like help out these people and then like kill their leader and become the king, and that wasn't a possibility. So kind of took away the magic when it sort of, the first 50 hours, because I never played a game like Skyrim before, so it took me 50 hours before I sort of like saw how it worked behind the scenes. And also the fact that like you could just be the best at everything in Skyrim. Like I want to be a warrior, but then you do some quest and all of a sudden you're like the head of a magic school. Oh yeah, let's see. I'm keeping an eye. So they were up by like 25 points earlier. What's the score right now? 73-55 in the second quarter. Cleveland's fighting. Right, yeah, so the mods did that, but I just wish, like, they had... I feel like I was, like, super... I thought I would play through the Skyrim as, like, a warrior and then play again as, like, a magician. Like, I thought some of the path would get cut off based on my choices, and when I realized you could do everything, it sort of ruined it for me, because I was hoping like I could rediscover new things, see the world in a different way, and I understand why they didn't do that, because otherwise everybody like people make some choices early on that they didn't know what they were doing, and then all of a sudden they find out they like can't get to do stuff. Oh, there are? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I wanted that on like a bigger level, And like the Civil War, does it resolve itself without you doing anything? This is Unity. I'm using Unity with some plugins. Oops, that's spelled plugins wrong. yeah. So anyway, like I think ultimately I will fail. In, because people see the people will see the magic, but like people will start to realize what I'm doing like behind the scenes, right? But I'd love at least for a brief moment to have that magical feeling of like anything is possible in the game. Jason, are you interested in doing development? Be careful, because I downloaded Unity just to browse it, and here I am 5 years later with this massive game that has taken over my life. And Sam, I think the Cavs are going to hang in there, man. Cavs in 7. Well, interesting. Yeah, I want that. I want. That's a really big part, which is why I want to get as many people to try it, and not just people who are into puzzle games. Yeah, there's. Within reason, right? Because at the end of the day, I still need to ship the game at some point, and like there are some things I can change and some things I can't. Yeah, it's all about compromises. Oh yeah, right. Anything that's actually implementable. The music I'm playing, Stardew Valley. Can you hand me a tester? Can you come back and say, "Man, I'd love to be able to walk up to this and suddenly it explodes in a color." Yeah, more fracked. Really, we'll see. I think we're gonna a lot of the stuff we'll have to make up for in the audio design. So I'm kind of excited about that. Like, I don't have the audio in the game yet, and my hope is that if I can get the game to a state such that even like we can get it so that the game, even without any audio, is like enjoyable, then Have you've played The Witnessed? I'm sure I think there's actually a lot of lessons to be learned in those games. Hello, Heat Touch for the Amiga 4 audio channels. I don't actually know what audio channels are. Yeah, that is it, but you know, I also want like sound, like something when you solve a puzzle, it should feel momentous. I feel because the game is sort of lacking a lot of the stuff, like, you know, cute characters or story. The audio needs to make up for that. Hey, dude. Oh yeah, of course. That's a no-brainer. Oh, hey, thanks, Hassan, for those. Yeah, that link's got a bunch of information. Too long. I'm working this game for too long. Yeah, it turns out games are kind of complicated to make. I'll be honest, I did not expect that. A character? What do you mean? I mean, it's a first-person game, so I run through it, I guess. Yeah, it's supposed, you know, it's an exploration game. Oops. Have I heard about Casey Muratori? Yeah, I don't know him personally, but yeah, I don't. But yeah, I'm familiar with Handmade Hero. You know, he's a much better programmer than me, so I am not in a position to judge. I think he's got way more experience and is way knowledgeable. I was actually joking with a friend today. I'm planning on making a parody of Handmade Hero, but so it'd be like we'd start making a game from scratch, except first we have to make our own computer. Like we have to make our own CPU. Like I gotta go get the metal. I gotta go mine it or something, and make a CPU, and start from there. You know, of course, the thing would go nowhere. But I thought that'd be a really funny parody. So I don't even know. Right? Then we'd have to like write our own programming language, write our own operating system. It'd be funny just to at the beginning be like, yeah, you know, with all these programming languages and CPUs that you can just order off Amazon, I feel like a lot of the fundamentals are lost. I mean, of course, I really appreciate what Casey's doing, but I thought it'd be kind of funny. All in jest, of course, all in jest. You know, it's just like John's making a... Yeah, so that's the Jai is the language that John's making. And it's like, man, I know it's awesome to have control over it, but like, I'm not going to write my own programming language to then write my own engine to then make my own game. Like, the game making thing part is hard enough already. Anyway, I think it'd be pretty funny. I'll do that after I finish Manifold Garden. Yeah, no, it's like, I gotta think of a good name, you know, like, Handmade Superhero. It's like, okay, episode 1, we're gonna go get silicon, or whatever, and make a CPU out of it. Like 3 years later, okay, now we're gonna invent a programming language. And then, you know, when the game goes on sale, it's like, you gotta buy the custom computer I made running the custom operating system using the custom programming language to play this, like, Mario clone. Because let's face it, by the time I'm all done, the game is not going to be anything interesting. The game itself. Anyway, Handmade Superhero. you know, I jest, but it's all out of love and respect. Mine some rare earth metal scrap. I am going to the gym. I will be going to the gym. Homebrew hero. Yes. I think JAI stands for Jonathan's Awesome Interpro Computing Language. I'm going, I got it. It's you've put the pressure on me. I will be going. It's good. It's got important to take care of your body. It's I got a treadmill desk. Jai in Bengali means like if it passes, it will work. It works. Huh. It's happening. One thing I am doing is not spending as much time on making the columns look pretty as I would like. I was talking to my friend Sean, and Sean made Anodyne. You guys ever play that? The Zelda came out a few years ago. Anyway, my friend Sean made Anodyne when we had dinner. And they made Even the Ocean recently, last November. But Sean was talking about how I forget what we were talking about. What was the point I was trying to make with my sentence? Anyway, I don't remember. Flatten the ocean. Even the ocean. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sean was like, you need to stop trying to make everything look pretty. Just get the basics in. Yeah. Stop trying to be a perfectionist at this stage. Like, do the art, worry about the art later. You know, because the problem is I keep spending all the time making these columns look pretty. And meanwhile, the game is not playable. So. Yeah, so don't forget about the basics. I know. The trees do need to. The trees are necessary. The columns not so much. The trees, that's more because I do actually have to place that somewhere. But you know, the thing is, those columns, without all like the work that goes into, without the fancy columns, the game doesn't look that good, you know? Like without the columns, the game just looks like a bad antechamber wannabe. But with the columns, it's like, whoa. At least I hope so. They make a big difference. But yeah, I need to just not get too caught up in it. Constrained random generation is useful enough. Oh yeah, the trees are procedure generated. It's more. So there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of times the branches will like go into each other, and I was like, yeah, I could spend a lot more time on the algorithm, but it was just really hard to get it. It was just hard to get the thing to be perfect, so I just kind of made it where it's like, okay, it's almost there, and then I go in and kind of tweak a few things. It's still saving me a tremendous amount of time. Yeah, it was sort of one of those things where I had to make a call. I think finding a balance between doing that and actually making content is probably the best. Yeah, I think, you know, I'm at the point where there are enough pretty columns in the game. Like, just get the game done, and then... Because right now, having the whole game finished is the biggest bottleneck. And ultimately, I'm not going to have all the pretty columns I want. It's going to be... you know, there's some levels are just gonna not look as good. Hey, Grime. Good evening. Let's see here. Save. Unload. Now, what is this one? Portal 033. Huh. Did I not? Okay. Going well. Yeah, I'm just on a big content push. We're getting pretty close. I'm sort of just like not spending too much time worrying about the details. Just trying to get this thing out there. Okay, you know what? Let's remove this scene for now. We don't need to worry about him. Portal 033. Let's take a look at this guy. So this is yellow facing blue. Okay, yellow facing blue. So this is long. So we can do. Okay, let's look. This guy, yellow facing blue, is taken. Yellow facing blue. Let's unload this level. Man, thank God for Unity's multi-scene editing. Without it, this would be a nightmare. Yellow facing blue, yellow facing blue. Dark mode statue. So yellow facing blue is taken. So you know, let's take yellow facing red. I feel like a dude at an auction. No, wait, yellow facing. Oh man, yellow facing. Okay, you know what? Yellow facing purple is gonna have to be it. Yeah, yellow facing purple. Let's take this guy. Let's disable it. Dark mode standard pillar coming in. Bum 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this portal is gonna be set it to yellow. Okay, we're gonna go W044. W044. Yes, that is correct. Now let's duplicate this. Load this scene. Okay, now this is gonna be W042. Bring it over here. Turn it facing that way. Oh wait. Let's do 180 turn on it. And we need to bring it into world root of world 044. So Tesseract now. Let's save this scene and unload it. Yeah, I might just be busy. That happens, you know, you might be traveling. I'm gonna be gone, but it has been a few days. I feel like it's really easy to lose track. Yeah, I think it's been like a few weeks. Yeah, I hope he's doing all right. Facing zero orange. Let's do level systems, find portal references. So yeah, now let's make this active scene. Oh yeah, and tomorrow we got don't forget, Unfolding the Garden. I hope you guys can all join us for that. It's pretty excited about that. So 042. All right, let's finish up this hallway. It's been an hour and a half already. Now let me, oops. The heck? Cavaliers 94, Warrior 75. Hey man, Cavs in 7. PST. So it's at 11. All right, let's finish up this hallway, and then I am going to get out here. If they do win the series, I'd rather them win here, or not at the next game, because I'm going to be in San Francisco, and I do not want the Warriors to win in their hometown while I'm there. I'm not going to have anywhere to go to watch the game. They're too overpowered. You can't root for them. Oh man, where did I put this level? I have no idea what you're talking about with the MMO. Alright, so let's take a look at this guy's portal. We've got World 044 portal. World 044 portal is facing purple. So, okay, World 044 portal is facing purple. World 044 purple. World 044 portal is facing purple. And the things you say working on this game. World 044 portal is facing purple. World 044 portal is facing portal. World 044. Okay. World 044 portal is facing purple. World, so that means we're going like this. And then I've got World 044 portal facing purple. Let's say 42. Now we are going to save this scene as scenes, game scenes, hallway, World 044, World 042. Let's bring it back into here. We'll hit that. Oh, come on. Set this active. Set as active. Now we're going to hit this. There we go. We got it connected. 042, 044. Now that's gonna connect to 042. Okay, so let's hit this, generate the scene. Any average token fantasy setting so balanced questions concerning involved words likely to occur without any. Ah! Portal from World 042 to World 044 needs to be in the purple gravity. That's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Alright, let's see here. Let me run this. If this runs, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to hit the gym. It's been a while. And then we'll be back tomorrow. More streaming. Yeah, World 042. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Still got 4 levels I need to connect up. But we're getting there. We're getting there. It's interesting how, in many ways, the execution of the game is like... I feel like some parts of it exceed what I have in mind. But then some parts of it are not quite there. And ultimately, like, what players experience is just this compromise. Wait. Tell me. $99.80. Come on, LeBron. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Don't let this. Don't forget. What's the meme? Don't let this distract you from the fact that Warriors lost. Gave up a 3-1 lead last year. large. Maybe. Oh wait, like actually fighting? Oh man. There is a bit of proc gen in the game. Man. It's not a bad idea. It is not a bad idea. It is a crazy idea. Doesn't mean it's bad. Oh yeah, where's that tree? Now, if I have a hard time finding that dumb tree, the tree is too well hidden. Oh no, wait. I mean, it'd be cool to have a lot of things. Sometimes I gotta wear my producer hat and shut down ideas. Hey! Yeah, it would break everything. But you did give me an idea. So... Okay. Oh! Ah, damn, we forgot to test something. Sorry. Let me... I forgot to test the connection. Alright, well, pretty sure I can connect up all the levels today. Let's see, okay. And then I'm gonna go to the gym. I, if you're still watching, I will indeed be going to the gym. I want to put in a real workout today. It is indeed a 24/7 gym. On Friday nights, I often go on Friday nights, and It's pretty much always empty at this time. Not totally surprising. It is, and it's one of those things where if I don't go now, I'm not gonna go this week. Like, but they have a TV, so the basketball game will be on, so I can at least watch the Cavs win. Then come back. What? Do you do butterfly? You know, I should I kind of want to like take a swim. I know how to swim, and I learned butterfly as a kid, but it's just, I can't do it as an adult. And I really want to learn. It looks so badass. But it's not, I think it's not super efficient. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, it is working. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for tonight. Let me push some of these changes. It just looks really intense. Alright, let's just waiting for I guess they can't have 24/7 pools for legal reasons. You always need a... Oh, man. Come on. It's always gotta commit the changes, and then I can go. Unity. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's push these changes. Alright, so scene, there's some new scenes, new hallway scenes added. Mark for add. How self-referential is the architecture? There are certain elements that do repeat. Not necessarily for architectural reasons, but more for gameplay reasons, where it's like, I want you to see something and be like, oh, it's the same thing. Like, so there are some pieces that are very distinct that repeat for gameplay reasons. Stylistically, not really. There's not, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it'd be great if, you know, there was sort of this conceptual layer and you realized that, you know, the pattern on the windows was really like a map of the entire world. And like, okay, if you took, you know, these two worlds together, it made this other piece, but it was just, yeah, I'm not gonna get around to that. So it's more, you know, I saw a cool building by Frank Lloyd Wright and I kind of took some elements from there, and then another cool building when I was browsing Pinterest, and that's a little bit in there, and then players kept getting lost, so I made some changes. So that's that. So it's not, it's organic. it evolved organically, but yeah, it's not. All right, changes checked in. So yeah, so there is something. In that case, there is. Yeah, those exist. All right. So basically, I've got this chart of sort of levels I need to do. Oh yeah, it's not just columns everywhere. There are things. So I've got four more. You'll see what I mean. I think a lot of this stuff we can get into more detail once the build goes out and you play it. You'll get a sense, and then I think it'll be easier to talk about, because right now it's like, right now we're not on the same page. Yeah, which is not, that's like not inaccurate. So, yeah, so we just connected 2 levels on this stream. Now, one of the things, though, is once we start doing the beta testing, we'll probably want to keep, I'll have to watch some of the language, or some of the stuff we talk about here. Just, you know, we don't want to spoil it, so I think we'll have to talk about it on the privately in the Discord, which we do have here. So there's a private beta tester channel. If you guys sign up, I can add you guys to that. So World 003, World 023. Let me just a quick run through of what level is this? Oh yeah. Oh man, this level caused a lot of problems. I might not keep that level actually. World 0. Yeah, this is not a good level, actually. I'll have to get rid of it. I mean, let me just a quick run through of what I can expect. 028. 028, 028. Oh, hey, Cool Mom is streaming Stardew Valley. You should hide. Alright, World 028. No, World 055. So I don't know about World 023, might have to redo that one. World 051. What's World 051 again? Oh, is he really suspended? World 05. Oh yeah, okay, that needs work. Alright, we got a lot of work cut out. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take off. I will see you guys later. I'm off to the gym. Oops, I just closed Twitch. Yeah. Alright, I closed the music. Alright guys, I'm off to the gym. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Remember unfolding the garden. And I'll see you all later. Awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out, and as always, really appreciate the support. We are getting close, man. We're getting really close. Does that mean get buff? Cool. All right. Bye, everyone.